Good afternoon, students. Welcome to our Canvas tutorial for our RAM Ready week. We're just going to give it a couple more minutes to let everyone get connected and join, and then we'll go ahead and get started with our presentation. I see some of you are still joining, still getting connected to your audio, so we'll go ahead and let you do that. If you're having any issues, you can always chat us in the chat box at the bottom of your Zoom screen. But we'll go ahead and get started in just a couple minutes. Thank you for joining us today. We ask that you go ahead and press mute on your Zoom screen, and at the end of the session we'll have the opportunity for questions. You can also chat those to us at the bottom of your Zoom screen, but for now we're going to go ahead and mute everybody so that we can go ahead and go through our presentation. It looks like everybody has joined and their audio is connected, so we'll go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. My name is Andrea Torres. I work for the College Relations Department here at Fresno City College. And this event this week is our RAM Ready New Student Welcome. So I see some familiar names here. So you've joined our other presentations throughout the week. So thank you again for coming back. And for those of you that are just joining us today, welcome. So during this event, this is the last day of our live sessions. However, you can still go through our presentations, review our live videos that we have on YouTube if you access our RAM Ready webpage. We'll go ahead and post that in the chat for you. It's just fresnocitycollege.edu/RAM Ready. Today is our Canvas presentation, and then we have our Web Advisor presentation following this. So as soon as you're finished with this presentation, you can hop onto that one at 2 o'clock. What this event is designed for is to help you navigate your first couple weeks, first couple days of the semester, and we're here to provide you with useful need-to-know information to help you get acclimated to learning online and in an online environment. We will be posting all of our live sessions here at the end of the week. If we don't have it by the end of the week, it'll be at the beginning of next week. So you can revisit any of these recorded sessions. As you can see, this one is being recorded, and that's so that you'll have the opportunity to view anything that you missed. Make sure that you take part in our Canvas course that is located on our RAM Ready webpage. It's going to help you learn how to upload documents, learn how to participate in a discussion board, and when you fill out our survey that will be posted in there at the end of the week, you'll have an opportunity to win one of our gift cards. So we really hope that you take advantage of that and kind of get hands-on experience navigating Canvas. Again, if you have any questions during this time, go ahead and post them in the chat. We'll be answering those. If we don't get to it right away, don't worry, we'll address it at the end of the session, okay? I am going to go ahead and turn this over to our student ambassadors who will be your presenters, and they can go ahead and introduce themselves.
Thank you, Andrea. Hi, everybody. My name is Semini, and I'm a student ambassador here with Fresno City College. I've been with Fresno City College for about 1.5 years, and my major is communications. And I'm so excited to help you guys learn how to navigate Canvas today for spring 2021. I have 2 other presenters joining us today. Jaden will be going after me, and then Giselle will be wrapping it up. You can go ahead and introduce yourself, Jaden.
Hey guys, unfortunately my camera isn't working, so you guys won't be able to see my face, sadly. But I'm here to help you guys navigate through Canvas and get through this.
Hi everyone, my name is Giselle and I'm also a student ambassador. I'm a nursing major, so I'm super excited showing you guys how to navigate Canvas. It's super easy and you guys will totally get it at the end.
Thank you, Jaden. Thank you, Giselle. So let's go ahead and get started. And like Andrew is saying, make sure, hopefully you have a pen and paper handy to write down some questions that we can answer at the end. And let's go ahead and begin. Next slide, Giselle. Okay, so our Canvas tutorial overview today. Today we're going to learn about Canvas, why it's important and what it is. And I really want to emphasize on your own time, if you can just go into Canvas and click around just to see kind of the different formats and the layout of the program. We're going to learn how to customize your profile. We're going to tell you how to communicate through Canvas, explain, explore the main components, and then how to access support and much more. Go ahead, next slide. Okay, so what is Canvas? Canvas is an online learning platform where you can find all your courses. When you guys log in, you'll start seeing some little boxes that populate, and those are pretty much your classes and or communications for things that are going on campus or things that you need to know. It'll be a place where you can access all your courses, your assignments, where you're going to be able to take quizzes and tests, and how you're going to connect, most importantly, with your instructors, how you also can view and check your grades daily. Next slide. Okay, so how to access Canvas? Of course, it's going to be through our Fresno City College main homepage. So that's www.fresnocitycollege.edu. As you can see up in the upper right-hand corner, there is a link that's called My Portal. You're going to be clicking on that and then inputting your student ID number, along with your password, and that will log you in. Go ahead, next slide. Okay, once you log into Canvas, you'll see some web advisor, student email, and then you'll see Canvas and also a self-service button. You're going to want to click on the third one down, which is Canvas, and that's how you access it to log in. So you're going to want to click on that. Next slide. Okay, and then of course, Canvas is mobile friendly. You can download the apps on any of your devices, the Google Play Store, and any app store that you have within your phone. Okay, next slide. So with our Canvas dashboard, once you click into Canvas, like I was telling you in the beginning, you're going to see these squares that'll be popping up, which will be your classes. As you can see, this student is taking English 1A, and you'll be clicking on that where you can access your account, your dashboard, the courses, the calendar, your inboxes for communications with your professors. On the right, as you can see, you'll see feedback from your professors. And I really want to stress the importance of responding to those feedbacks so your professors know that you're engaging in the class and the course. Next slide. Okay. And then over here on the left-hand side, again, with the buttons, you can change your notification preferences, edit your profile. You can add a picture and customize it, create a bio about yourself. If you prefer to go by a different name or a pronoun, you can also put that in for your preference. Okay, next slide. Okay. And then also on the left-hand side, the third button down is going to be your Canvas course icon. This is going to show all your courses. As you can see, the student, again, is in English 1A. You'll see a notification about, events that are going on campus, such as RAM Ready, a student success orientation that the student can possibly need to take. Okay. Next slide. Okay. And then the fourth button down on the left of your dashboard is going to be your calendar. Your calendar, you can customize it and you can view daily, weekly assignments through your professors. This is extremely helpful if you need to get ready for any tests or homeworks that is due. Next slide. Okay. And then on the left, you'll see that you'll have the inbox. This is very, very important in communication with your professors. I always communicate with my professor generally on a daily basis, just to let them know that I'm understanding the course content, or if I have any questions in regards to the courses. As you can see in the upper left, there'll be like a little icon where you can go ahead and open up and populate an email for your instructor. And this is how they prefer to communicate. You can also ask your professors, their preference. Some professors even like to meet in person. So if you want to schedule to meet with your professor in person or communicate via email, this would be the way. Next slide. I think Jaden's next.
All right, guys. So this is the help tab. The help tab is like a great resource to use if you're looking for like a quick solution to your problem. Under help, you can find a quick link to email your instructors, Canvas user guides, just in case you still have problems, like troubles figuring out Canvas, and many more like great support features that Canvas has to offer. Next slide, please. So this was a recently added feature, which is the bookstore. This allows you to look up any books or materials you may need for your classes, or simply any book you may want to read. Next slide. Now, as Sim was mentioning earlier, under courses, as you see English 1A, if you actually click these courses, next slide, please. You'll find like a whole bunch of helpful links to use during your studies. You can see the course info in the top left corner, and also take notice how the Student Support Hub tab appears when you are on a course. Other features include a homepage, modules where you can find your course materials your instructor has posted, assignments, discussions, and many more features that can aid you with your schoolwork. Next slide, please. All right. Under the announcements tabs, oops, sorry. Okay, yeah. Under the announcements tab, you can find any messages that your professor might have left you about the class. You should be checking the messages to make sure that you aren't missing anything important in class, and make sure that you guys are actually attending class to get important messages as well. Next slide, please. As mentioned earlier, modules host any course materials that your professor has posted for your class. This is an organized system that allows you to easily identify what you need and when something is due. Next slide, please. Each module is categorized by 6 symbols that classify what the module content hosts. These 6 symbols are called page, discussion, quiz, assignment, file, and link or external tool. Next slide, please. When inside a module, you will see a red submit button. After uploading what the module is asking for, you will submit your assignments using this button. Say you accidentally submitted the wrong document. If the module is still open, you'll be able to resubmit your work by going to the module and clicking the resubmit assignment button. All right, next Giselle will be explaining your simple syllabus tab.
Thank you, Jaden. So as my colleague was mentioning, on the course menu, we also have the syllabus. Just want to emphasize that the syllabus, it is very important for you guys to have in hand. So if you guys are able to get a printer or know somebody that has a printer, I would suggest that you guys print it out. The syllabus has very important information such as your course number, your section number. If your professor has office hours, it'll definitely be there. What book you are required for the course. Another pretty cool thing I like about it is is that me personally, last semester, I wasn't able to take my final on the day that it was due. So I did reach out to my professor, let him know, and I was able to take it a week before. So if you're able to look back and forth and see if it's conflicting with something in life, if you're able to work it out with your professor, which I also attended his office hours, but I notified him about. So I was able to take my final beforehand. So make sure you guys are looking at your syllabus for very useful information. Next on the course menu, we also have assignments. For some of my classes, my professors didn't use this tab. My assignments were actually on the module section. So I would suggest if you cannot find your assignments on the assignment tab, make sure to go look back on the modules because they might be there. But if they are there, that's somewhere where you can definitely check when an assignment is due, how many points it's worth and what day it's due, so you're not able to turn your you're working late. So make sure you guys are checking on the assignment, if not on the modules. And also on the course menu, we also have tests/quizzes, but it works similar for me for my assignments. I would check on the quizzes that they weren't there. So I would always make sure to double check on the module. So if, for example, if it's not popping up on yours on your quizzes, just make sure you either message your professor, let him know it's not on there, or you can always check the module section and it could be there. And if, for example, if the quizzes and tests are there, this is where you will be taking all your tests and quizzes. Fortunately, we aren't face-to-face right now, so everything will be held online and you can take your quizzes online. And also on the course menu, we have our grades, which is very awesome because you're able to check the what if score. So for example, if your professor has put all of your assignments on there, you're able to put, like, if it's 20 points and I get 16, what would my grade accumulate to? So for example, at the beginning of the semester, I inputted everything to like a B, and at the end of the semester, if I took my final and I got an A, it would accumulate it to like a 90%. So that's a pretty cool feature on there. And if just be patient, you are one of many students in your class, so just make sure you give your professor a little bit of time to input your grades. But if you're ever doubting yourself and need to make sure that you got a good grade, just go ahead and go to the section tab grades, and all your grades will be popped up on there. And also on the course menu, we have the discussion board. I love this part because unfortunately everything is online. We're not able to communicate with our professors or with classmates. So it feels a little more lonely. So when my professor would put discussion boards, I was able to communicate with other classmates. I was able to meet them. I was able to get their number and talk to them personally. So this is something very cool. The professor will give you a topic to talk about, and then you just go on there, press reply, give your answer, and then other classmates are able to answer to yours. So I really like this feature, and we're all able to engage with each other and still feel like we're in a class setting. And on the course menu, we also have the Student Support Hub. This Student Support Hub is embedded into your course. So once you click your course, it'll actually be in there. It is pretty cool because if you need any student services, this is where you can find them. If you're looking for any COVID-19 information, if you're trying to reach the financial aid office, admissions and records, if you're looking for a job or want to fill out a resume, you can do it through there. You can help support for the library too, or if you're struggling with the class and need that extra support, you can always go to the tutoring center on there too, and the student wellness online also. So make sure you guys are looking at that if you guys need any support services. And lastly, we have the Passport to Canvas. This is a pretty cool course that is embedded into your Canvas once you sign up for RAM Ready. So make sure you guys are searching it up. If you're still having trouble after watching this or watching it live and you're still a little bit confused on how to navigate Canvas, you can always click on here and it'll show you exactly how to keep track of your assignments, how to view any feedback, how to communicate with the professor. You can actually earn some pretty cool badges while learning. So if that's something you're interested, just go ahead and go on your Canvas and search it up on there. If you are having trouble finding it, I will suggest that you contact support and Canvas. I hope this presentation was useful for you guys. I hope you guys learned a lot about Canvas. I know it seems a little intimidated at the beginning, but trust me, as you go on to the semester, you will be able to use it easier as you go into the semester. So I hope you were able to learn the importance of this. I hope you were able to learn how to communicate with your professor, how to search up your assignments, and how to look up student support services. So I hope me and my colleagues were great use. If anybody has any questions, feel free to speak up now or go ahead and write them in the chat. We are definitely here to help you. Thank you so much. So I will give you guys a few minutes to answer any questions.
Thank you, Giselle and Sim and Jaden. So students, this will be your main platform for online learning. So instead of coming onto campus and walking into, the social sciences building, you will be logging into Canvas every day or every couple days, depending on, kind of your preference and also how your instructors are posting information. The main thing to keep in mind is that school starts on Monday and everyone is required to log into their Canvas on the first day of school. Now, when you log into Canvas, Giselle, can you go back to the home page where it's showing the Canvas dashboard? Logging into Canvas does not necessarily mean that you're logging into your courses. So you're going to need to make sure that you access each one of your courses. That way, the instructor can see that you logged in and you will get credit for being there. It's kind of like your attendance, right? So everyone needs to log into their Canvas account and log into each one of their classes on the first day of school to make sure that you're counted there for attendance purposes. They gave some really useful information about how to check that, how your instructors may be posting their assignments, either in their modules, which is the more organized way that professors can put their information in one spot. But again, you want to just go in and get familiar and make sure that you're looking at everything and really exploring, as Sim said, to get familiar with it. Let's see. I'm going to go to the chat, see if we have any questions. I think we did have a question about the bookstore link that was not working for a student, or bookstore information was not populating for your course. If you notice that there's no textbook information in your course, you may want to just check directly with the bookstore. So if you go on to the Fresno City College webpage, you can also get to the bookstore there. They might have a little bit more information. It could be that your instructor hasn't posted anything yet, or maybe a textbook is not required. But if you are in your course and it's loaded for you, check your syllabus, as Giselle said, because it could be in there as well. And let's go again. Let's look back at the questions. Okay, so we have a question asking, can you show us where the search bar is again? What did you mean by the search bar? Oh, is it for the help icon? Is that what you're asking? And you can, yes, the search, the help. Okay, so Giselle, can you go ahead and go to the help function that Jaden covered? Perfect, right there. So that is the help menu. As they mentioned there, you can ask your instructors a question. There's Canvas guides for you to get familiar with what each section means. What is a module? What is an assignment? What is a quiz or test? The Fresno Canvas support number is listed there. So if you are not seeing your courses on the first day of school, first you have your instructor's email that was sent to you, or that's on your schedule when you signed up in WebAdvisor, but you can also contact the Canvas support. So that is the help function there. Hopefully that answered your question. If not, just go ahead and repost that in the chat. Perfect. Okay. And then we have another question. One of my teachers are referring to something called Canvas Shell. Can you please clarify what that is? Yes, so Canvas Shell and Canvas Course is used interchangeably. It basically means the same thing. So go ahead and go back to the screen that you had, Giselle, for the, it's going to be the main dashboard right there. Yes. So Giselle, you'll have to help me out with this with your mouse since you're controlling it. So see on your, this is your dashboard. This is what you will see when you log into your Canvas. It will look different, of course, for each courses you're enrolled in, but this student is enrolled in an English 1A class. They were also enrolled in the RAM Ready course. They were also enrolled in the Student Success Orientation. So each one of those Canvas courses or Canvas shells is what your instructor is referring to. So once they click into that course or that shell, it will be specific to that particular course. And you'll have those same menus as Giselle and Sim and Jaden were going through. Each course has its own menu with information. So hopefully that answered your question. If not, just repost it. Do we have any more questions? This is your opportunity to ask. We are here to help. We are here to answer those questions for you. So make sure that you take advantage of us here today for those questions. But we'll go ahead and wait for those to come in, or you can unmute yourself and ask us as well.
Hey, Andrea, can you mention how logging into my portal and clicking on the Canvas link is not technically checking in for your course? And then just explain how teachers, we can see who has viewed our course. So like on this screen right here, if they just get to the dashboard and they think they've logged into Canvas, they haven't, because they have to click on each individual course. If you can just explain that a little bit.
Yeah, and so that's what I was mentioning earlier. You're required to check in to your classes on the first day of school. So if you think of it in terms of like coming to campus traditionally, right? If you come to our campus and you park, you haven't checked into your class, right? You've parked on our campus, you've attended school, but you have not attended your classes. So you would have to physically go into each classroom and you would have to sit down and somebody would take roll and you would be marked present. Canvas, think of it that way. You log into your portal, you click on the Canvas app that they showed, and then you are in your dashboard. So this is like coming to the parking lot, right? You have to physically go into each classroom. So this student would have to click into English 1A. And as soon as you click into English 1A and you start clicking around, the teacher can see when you logged in, how long you were in the class for, and therefore they will mark you as present. So just make sure that you are logging into each course, looking at the announcements that are there, looking at the discussion board, because students, that will happen, right? Sometimes your assignments are posting to a discussion board. Can you talk about that real quick? Maybe your experience of the first day of school, what you've needed to do. Student ambassadors.
So for me, every professor is different. And so that's why I was emphasizing the fact for you guys to go in and make sure, like Andrea was saying, to go in and actually click and make sure you're spending those hours in there. But every professor is different on how they format their homework and their assignments and their discussions. So definitely go into the discussions, click on those. Some of those are listed as even assignments. So it's not like an option for you just to do a discussion. It's actually, these are assignments. So you definitely want to spend the amount of hours. The professors can see how much time you're spending and how much, if you're reading through these assignments. So they definitely know if you're in there for, a couple hours or 10 minutes. And so that will affect your grade. So you want to spend the time in there to get to know each course.
And just to clarify what Sim was saying, so if you log into Canvas and you leave it open and you're there for 10 hours, but you haven't completed any assignments, that's not equivalent to taking part in the course and being successful, but it does show. So if an instructor sees that a student is spending 10 hours, a week in Canvas, and the student has, a D grade, the instructor can see that and say, okay, reach out to the student. Are you having issues? Do you need help with this? So those are the kinds of features that instructors can see, just like if you don't show up to class, right? And then the instructor knows, hey, is something going wrong with going on? Do you have any issues you want to talk about? Do you need more assistance? Because we noticed you haven't been in class. It's kind of the same concept. So thank you for that, Sim. We did have another question, and this is probably going to happen to a lot of you right now. So thank you for asking this. Only one of my 3 classes is showing. Should I be concerned? So instructors sometimes will post their course early, the week before school starts, but they are only required to post it on the first day of school. So if you don't see it now, it's okay. We don't want you to panic. You may not see it published until Monday, the first day of school. If any of you are enrolled in short-term classes that start later on in the semester, you probably will not see those classes posted until your class begins. So if you do not see your class posted on Monday, that is a time to reach out to your instructors. So make sure that you access them through email, which you can get from your web advisor account, and ask them, is there something wrong? Am I enrolled in the class? When will I get access to it? But yeah, if you don't see it right now, don't panic, but you should see it by Monday. Good question. I'm glad you asked that because a lot of people probably had that question. Any
Hello?
other? Yes. Did you have a question, Allison?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how to work the chat. I typed a message in, but I couldn't send it. So anyway, the question I have is, so when I go into the actual course module and I click into it, and at that point, is that actually clicking into your class on the first day to make sure that they know that you're attending?
Good question. Yes. So if you are in the section of modules, that means you are in the course. So what's on the screen right now? You can see the screen good, right, Allison?
Yes.
Perfect. So this, Giselle, would you go back one more screen real quick, please? Oh, that was all that we had. Okay, so one more screen back, please, Giselle. So once you log into your student portal and you click on Canvas, go skip 2 screens, Giselle, to that one we were looking at. So once you log into Canvas here, it's going to take you to your dashboard, right? That's the one we were looking at here. And so if you were to just look at your dashboard, you're right, this is not counted as attendance because you're not accessing your courses. But once you click into that English 1A class, Giselle, you might have to skip ahead to it, but go into the actual course where we're looking at the modules and the assignments and all that. You might have to skip a little. Once you are in that course, Allison, that is right here. So that's when you're kind of accessing that course. So as long as, see how at the top it says English 1A?
Yes.
You know you're in the course then. So this is going to look different for every one of your courses because, all instructors are different. So they're going to conduct their class differently. They're going to have their platform look a little different sometimes. But once you're in here, you know that you're in here. Just a suggestion, like if this instructor has a discussion board and they're saying, today to get credit for the class, make sure you post something, you want to do that right away. That way, that's that safeguard that I attended the class, I got into my class, but I also posted to the discussion board. So just make sure that you're following those directions from the instructor.
Okay, so and I find the discussion board when I get into this portion here, or is it on the previous slide that you showed right before I clicked into the? I'm sorry, I'm a little confused.
Yeah. No,
it's
you're
okay.
That's why I came today, because I'm like, I knew this was gonna take a little bit of learning for me. So I'll find the discussion board when I get actually into the course.
Yeah, so looking at what's there on the screen, the discussions will be along the left-hand side right there where it says home, modules, announcements. But for this particular course, this instructor doesn't have discussions. If you go into the RAM Ready Spring one that that we have put you guys in to give you guys an example of what a discussion board looks like, or to participate in one and to turn in a sample assignment, you'll see in ours it says home, announcements, modules, and then discussions is right there. So like Andrea just mentioned, some instructors may not have discussion boards. Everyone's going to look different, but if they do mention, hey, I have a discussion board, please go to it and respond, it should be located right there along the left-hand side.
All right, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. The Canvas course that we created for you for RAM Ready, as long as you registered, signed up for this event, it would be loaded for you. We loaded you into that course. And if you didn't sign up and you accessed us through our RAM Ready webpage, you can enroll yourself in the course. But Allison, we wanted to give you all the opportunity to get that hands-on experience before school started. So like Anthony said, you can go in there and you can click on a discussion. We try to respond to some students, and we'll still be doing that throughout today and tomorrow. But we had you answer a question, just a quick question, so that you can reply and, start building that thread. We have you practice uploading a document.
I did that.
Awesome. Yeah. So
Yeah, I did it. I'm just, trying to get it set in there so I really know what I'm doing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. And then we had another question. I was starting to type it, but I'll just answer it. So
let me just add one more thing to that. Students, so if your instructor makes an announcement and says, hey, go participate in this discussion board, and you don't see the discussion board, you can't locate it. Sometimes you just need to email the instructor because they might have just forgotten to publish the discussion. And so it's not showing up there along the left-hand side because they might have created it and they just forgot to like save it or hit publish. So it hasn't been posted for students to see. So sometimes if you see an announcement from an instructor, but you're having issues locating the information, just respond to the instructor and say, hey, I don't see it. Did you publish it? Sometimes they have dates assigned to it to where they may have forgotten to change the date to when it was showing. So it's something that simple. So like I said, if you ever see something from the instructor but you can't find it, reach out to them just to make sure, it might have just been a simple error like that, and that's why it's not showing up.
I have a question.
yes, go ahead.
I like Andrea, I can figure out how to ask on the chat line. If we have on a waiting list, would that waiting list class be on the campus also or not?
Good question, Ted. We realize some of you may not have been able to actually register for the course and you had to be put on a wait list. So normally you'd go into class, right? You'd show up, and after the instructor got done taking attendance and allowing everybody into the course that was registered, they start going down their wait list and adding people as long as they have room in their class. With Canvas, the way that works is waitlisted students will not be able to see the course until they become a student in the course. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to email your instructor on the first day of school, let them know that you are on the wait list. We recommend that you email them from your student email and include information that's going to be helpful. So your name, your student ID number, and if they are allowing anybody to add their class from the wait list. If the instructor has room in their course and they allow you to add the class, they will provide you with the additional information you need to add the class. So yes, or to answer your question, you will not see that information since you're on the wait list until that instructor gives you permission to add the course. So did that answer your question?
Yes, can I email them ahead of time, like during the weekend?
You sure can. I mean, some instructors, this is all new to all of us. So last semester was the first semester we went online. Some instructors are, responding at their own, convenience. Some may say, I'm not going to respond to my emails until Monday morning when class starts, but definitely reach out. And if you do not hear anything from them, make sure that you reach out again on the first day of school. But yeah, if they end up getting to you and they allow you to add the class, they might tell you, you need to wait until Monday or contact me again. But yeah, you can definitely send that email in advance.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just to add to that, Andrea, if you are emailing the instructor to let them know like, hey, I want to try to add this waitlist class, make sure you include in the email which class it's for. So like you want to include the subject. So like if it was English, the course number 1A, and then also that 5-digit section number, because that instructor may be teaching multiple classes or different subjects. So if you just say, hey, I want to get added to the class that I'm waitlisted on, they may be teaching 4 or 5 different classes and don't know exactly which one you are emailing them about. So make sure that you include that information as well, and that'll make it a little bit easier for the instructor to respond to you.
Right. So Ted, if you're looking at the screen right now, this course that we're looking at on the screen says English 1A 36720. 2020 summer. So this was a summer class, but that 5-digit number, Giselle, can you kind of circle that with your mouse there? That 5-digit number following the English 1A is the specific course. So like Anthony mentioned, that teacher could teach 5 different English 1A classes, but that number is specific, right? That's the one you got onto the wait list for. You'll want to include that number. That just makes it easier for the instructor, makes it easier for you. And so, yeah, definitely include that in your email as well.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Yes, you are all asking really good questions that are hopefully benefiting everyone in the session because, you know, if they haven't asked it or didn't think about it, hopefully that's giving them some insight. Is there any more questions that we have during this time? Feel free to ask them. You can unmute yourself if you're not sure how to work the chat.
I just had a question.
Yes, go ahead, Hans.
For logging in for Canvas for the username and password, how do I get that? What is it that I use?
So Giselle, can you go ahead and go back to the home page? So Hans, if you have never logged into your portal before, then depending on when you applied for admission and when you registered, your login information may be generic still. So on here, it tells you how to log in. Go to the website, click on My Portal. You're going to enter your 7-digit student ID number for your username. And then if you haven't changed your password should be a combination of your initials and your date of birth. However, if you have already changed your password, you'll need to log in with that password here. But this is how students log in. If you're having any problems logging in, you can click the link that's listed on this page here, and it'll give you a help number to call if you're having any problems logging into your student portal. So,
Also, I got to go to my student portal. Don't go through the app.
yeah, you can do either or. So if you're going into through the app, and I'm going to defer to the students because I honestly don't know how the app works because I don't have any classes, but how does that work if you've downloaded the app and you're accessing it through your phone or through your tablet? Does it ask you to log in the same way with this information?
Yeah, it asks the same way.
Did that answer your question, Hans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So test that out today. Try to, make sure you know how to get in there. That way on Monday morning, you're not, panicking and trying to get in there quickly. So use today, tomorrow, the weekend to try to get familiar with it. The campus is available. Phones are open. Staff is available today and tomorrow. So you have the opportunity to call us. You have the opportunity to talk to somebody. Over the weekend, there's no support. So, if you're having any problems, make sure that you're checking it today and tomorrow so that we could help you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Awesome. All right. Do we have any other questions? I love this. This is by far the most questions we've kind of got in a session. So I'm really happy that you are all asking those. We will stay on for a few more minutes. Just to give you the opportunity to ask. But if you feel like you've gotten the information you needed, you are free to go ahead and just log out and leave this meeting. Thank you for joining us. Check out our RamReady webpage for any other additional information that might be useful to you. And good luck on your first day of the semester. We hope that everything goes well for you, and we're here to help if you need more assistance.
And Andrea, there were a couple of students who joined late. Can you let them know if they need to rewatch this, how they can rewatch it or where it'll be located, the recording?
Yes, so if we had students that joined late, Anthony, make sure to get those in our count, please, because I'm going to jump off in a minute. If you joined us late and you didn't get to hear the full presentation, go to our RamReady webpage, fresnocitycollege.edu/RamReady. It's on the screen for you there. We will try to have our videos up by the end of the week. If we don't have them up by the end of the week, we'll have them up early next week. But right now we have a lot of other information on there. So we have resources, we have some YouTube videos that should give you some information to kind of get you started. But we are recording this session and it'll be available on our webpage either at the end of the week or the beginning of next week. And then Anthony, I'm going to turn it over to you to finish up, and I'm going to jump into our web advisor. Remember, students, we have another session starting at 2 o'clock, and that is for our web advisor tutorial. So if you need assistance with web advisor, logging into that, seeing what features are there, make sure you join us for that, okay?
All right, once again, I want to say thank you guys for joining us. If you do have any questions, we will remain on for another minute or two. You can go ahead and place them in the chat or unmute yourself to ask them. If you do not have any questions, thank you for joining us and feel free to leave the meeting.
I had a question. For
Okay,
the
go ahead.
book, it's for the books. How do I go buy that? Like rent a book out and stuff. I'm sorry. I know it's off the subject.
Oh, no, it's okay. If I think Giselle, if you can go to the page that has that link within Canvas, so you can locate the information in Canvas, and it's located along the left side on the sidebar, and she's going to bring it up on the screen right now. Just go one more. Let's see. Oh, I thought I saw it on one of them. Yeah, so right there. So when you go into your dashboard, if you see that your classes are appearing in Canvas, it's circled right here in red on the screen. If you can use the mouse to, yep, you can click right there on that, and that will redirect you to the bookstore webpage, and then your bookstore information should appear for the classes that are appearing in your Canvas. If you don't have any courses appearing in Canvas for you yet, then I would recommend just going through the Fresno City College webpage and go through the bookstore located on the web page, and then it will just ask you to search for your class, search for your textbook information by the course number, and then the section number.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. I saw one more question in the chat, and it looks like one of our ambassadors replied to it, but I'll go ahead and read it off as well. Is Canvas only to retrieve assignments, not to complete them on? So no, so Canvas is where you're going to access them, but also where your instructors will actually have you submit the assignments as well. So go back to that English 1A slide where it showed the all the information, like the home menu. So like right there. So go back to one more, or go one more where we're actually inside the course, but it shows a bigger picture of it. Go forward, right there. So you'll see right here along the left-hand side, it doesn't look like this instructor had posted any assignments yet, but most of the time you'll be able to find your assignments either in the modules right there, or where it says modules and announcements, there's usually another little tab right there that will say assignments. And if you click on that, then you'll see the assignments that are due. And most of the time it's going to let you know what they want you to do for the assignment. And there would be a button there that says submit assignment. And most likely you would have to submit like a Word document, or depending on the class, maybe they want you to submit like a PDF, so nothing can be, what's it called? They can't adjust the document once you submit it. So that's where you would find the assignment. So you'll find your information there, but you will also submit your assignments through Canvas. All right. Once again, if you have any questions, we're almost getting ready to end this session. Please type them in the chat. If you don't have any questions, feel free to leave the meeting. We will be starting a web advisor tutorial in the next 10 minutes. So once again, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll stay on for another minute or two to see if we have any further questions.
What was the website that I go to log in to the Canvas?
If you just go to fresnocitycollege.edu, so that's the main college's webpage, in the top right corner, you will see an icon that says My Portal. And you'll just click on that My Portal icon, and then it will take you to the page where it'll ask you to sign in.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right, I'm not seeing any other questions, so I'm going to go ahead and end this session so that it'll give you guys some time to get ready to get over to the other tutorial that we're going to be having, the Web Advisor tutorial right now at 2 o'clock. So once again, thank you guys for joining, and you guys all have a good day.